everybody. Welcome to Babypalooza, the virtual baby expo. We are on day 2, and we are doing what we call the baby brand bash. This is where you get to talk to the creators and the inventors of some of the best baby products out there and find out from them why they created it and how it's going to work for you. So today, right now, we have coming up, we have the Ouchie Cap, and we have our friends Darren and Timothy from the Ouchie Cap, and they're going to tell you everything that you need to know about this product. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get out of the way, and then we're going to let Darren tell you everything that you need to know.
Well, thank you so much, Cece. We're so excited to be here at Babypalooza. As she said, my name is Darren Ritchie. I work for RS Partners, and I work in conjunction with Tim Panicali, the creator of the Ouchie Cap. And I'll let Tim introduce himself before we roll a video with some information about this great product. Go for it, Tim.
Hi, I'm Timothy Panicali with Ouchie Cap, and I guess I'm supposed to give you a little demonstration of how I invented it. So how I did it was my mom always used to come over and watch my son Lucas, and my wife said, I need to know you can watch him on your own. So I said, okay, I got this. I can do this. So I said, okay, Mom, stay home, without my wife knowing, by the way. And she goes, and all of a sudden, I'm working on a printer, an old-fashioned printer. I'm fixing it, and all of a sudden, Lucas is right there playing with me, wobbling back and forth, and all of a sudden, he falls and hits his head, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. This is crazy. My wife will kill me. So then all of a sudden, I grab an ice pack. First thing I would do, I try to put it on his head. I thought of peas. I thought of everything, and then he just kept screaming. So then I decided to call the doctor because my wife would kill me. So I call, and turns out he was on lunch, and he goes. He couldn't hear me. He's like, I can't hear you. And I kept hearing it. And I'm like, I got to hear the doctor. What can I do? So I thought of an airliner hat I had right next to me. And I put the ice pack inside, put it on him, tightened it. And all of a sudden he stopped crying immediately. And the doctor goes, oh my God, did he faint? And I said, no. I said, I did this. And he goes, you should invent that. That's a great idea. So my wife and I did it.
Great story. And now we'll roll the video, Robin, so everyone can see the fun that we've had creating this great product.
Oh, what's this on my head? Oh, this is called an Ouchie Cap. Yeah. See, my mom slaps this on my head anytime I have a bump or a bruise or a headache or even an earache. Yeah. You see, this thing has ice packs in it, and it makes all my boo-boos all gone. But don't just take my word for it. Check out this video.
Introducing Ouchie Cap, the wearable hands-free ice pack designed specifically for kids. Whether it's a bump, bruise, fever, earache, or another minor injury, Ouchie Cap has got you covered. Just turn the hat inside out, insert the gel pack through the opening, flip it right side up, and place it on your child. It's that simple. Ouchie Cap provides natural, soothing relief for your little one while allowing them to stay on the move. Check it out and make life a little easier for both you and your kids.
Ouchie Cap is amazing, right? But you haven't seen anything yet. Just wait till you hear from my friend Tim, the inventor of Ouchie Cap.
I was working on a printer, old-fashioned printer. I was cleaning the heads, and Lucas was right on the table with me. And he was just wobbling back and forth and things like that. And all of a sudden, he fell and hit his head. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. My wife was gonna kill me. So all of a sudden, the bump started getting bigger and bigger. So I went to the freezer and I got an ice pack. The first thing I thought about was peas. I thought of everything. And I grabbed an ice pack, put it on his head, and immediately he just kept pushing it away. And he didn't want it. And I was just like, oh my God. He kept crying and screaming. And I was just like, oh, I got to be able to know if he's okay. So I wasn't going to call my wife. I was very nervous about calling my wife. So I ended up calling the doctor. And he's just like, well, is he okay? And finally, I just like, oh my God, I'll be able to hear the doctor. So I grabbed a hat, an airliner hat I had there, and I put it over his head and put the gel pack in place right over the bump. I think it was the front of the head. And all of a sudden, he stopped crying immediately. And the doctor goes, oh my God, did he faint? And I said, no. I said, I did this. And he goes, oh my gosh, you should invent that. That's a great idea. So we did. So then we started thinking, wow, we got a character hat, a dog hat, and an ice pack dog paw. And we're thinking, wow, it's got to be multi-use. Everything has to be multi-use now. So we thought hot and cold. And we're like, okay, earaches. Earaches is perfect. And then fevers and toothaches. And we're like, wow, this product really can solve a lot of problems. But the whole idea is to really help parents. We're growing our team. We're expanding the product line. We're doing stuffed animals and armbands and different things like that. So I really feel that Ouchie Cap is something that really can make a difference in people's lives. And I think it's like a Band-Aid almost. Like you don't want to think of a Band-Aid, but you need a Band-Aid when you do cut yourself or something like that. But when your child hits their head and you don't have an Ouchie Cap, it's much more difficult to hold an ice pack on their head or an earache or a fever. And to have it in your house prior would really make a big difference.
Billy! Oh, Billy Bonk, not another ouchie. It's too cold.
Here, Mom, use my Ouchie Cap.
Sure. Oh, better. Thanks, Toby.
Great for boo-boos, earaches, and more. Get your Ouchie Cap today. Includes my hat and 2 reusable cold-warm gel packs.
See? I told you. Ouchie Cap is incredible. My mom says it's the best thing ever invented. Yay!
So what are you waiting for? Make boo-boos all gone with Ouchie Cap.
All right. Great information. Oh, great. We got a comment that a retired nurse can see how this could be great for kids and make them less afraid. What do you think about that, Tim? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of nurses actually talked about it. I was actually, I went to the pharmacy a couple times and actually asked pharmacists to look at it and get testimonials. Because in the beginning, when I was doing the original name, I started doing that. I went to pharmacies and I asked them, could you please look at this product, tell me what your thoughts are, to see if it, the market was good and the doctors actually thought it was a good thing for parents.
Tim, one of the things that I think was interesting when I first started working with you is how you created the characters. Can you talk a little bit about who Toby is and how that came about?
Yeah. Toby's basically was our dog. We started thinking of an animal that we could make the hat that would be neutral, that both boys and girls, because we couldn't afford a lot at the time. So we tried to make that. And then we had our dog named Toby at the time, and he was our world. And then we started thinking, hey, what can we do to make people use our gel packs instead of other people's gel packs? We're going to put an ice pack dog paw on it. So when a dog gives you his paw, he becomes your friend. Right. So then after that, we started thinking, hey, we need a girl character. So we thought of Tulip, and Tulip helps with her carrot. And Tulip is small and mighty. And Toby's the quarterback of the team. And then in the future, I actually have it. We have Lily the hippo that's going to be coming out in the future. And the gel packs are being produced right now. And she helps with her heart. And then Cosmo the bear is right here, and he helps with honey. So any bear that gives you honey is definitely likes you. And it's not going to, he's going to be your friend for sure. So we created a coloring book a while ago with the original name brand right here. And this was the characters that all came together.
That's right. It's hard to see right now because currently you're swimming in a pond. That's okay.
I know. Right there. I got it.
There we go. It's live technology, and sometimes you can't get backgrounds to go away. So we're going to continue to have Tim in a pond swimming around with us. Tim, let's talk about how there can be struggles when you're creating a new product. And I know you went through a lot of different renditions before you settled on the Ouchie Cap. Can you talk a little bit about the evolution of the product?
Yeah, we ran into a trademark infringement for the Cool Gelling Cap name. Mm-hmm. And I have my original, here's the original box with the model. Hey, look at it. I don't know if he's here, but this is my son Lucas back in the day when I invented it, like 14 years ago. Or no, 18 years ago. And here he is. This is the real Lucas now.
Hello. Hey, Lucas. Nice to see you.
So this was him then, and this is him now.
That's amazing. The evolution of a product. Lucas, you've been involved with this for quite some time as well. Tell us a little bit about, how you feel like the product has grown from your eyes.
Oh, well, from the beginning, it all started when I bumped my head. And since then, we've been really just making smarter moves. Like, as the company was growing, you make the beginner mistakes and you like try to bring it to market without the tools necessary. And now we're actually being smart with everything we're doing and marketing properly and bringing it out to the public in a way that actually reaches the public.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And one of the things that is also really great about the product is it is a solution, a drug-free solution that can help parents. And Tim, you could talk a little bit about that, as the creation and obviously Lucas right there having experience. You feel a lot of parents reach out to you based on the fact that they can use this instead of, taking a drug solution, right?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, especially for fevers, earaches, even toothaches it can help with. The head bumps are a big thing. And then we had a coloring contest years ago, and a little girl won it, and she has hemophilia. And I actually had her. We had videos of her and everything. And she's a sweetheart. And basically, your thermometer doesn't work, so they have to be cold and heated, opposite.
Yep.
So she ended up winning, and then people bought it that actually had hemophilia, and that is the bleeding of the head where you bleed. And somebody bought it, and they had twins, and I found out they had twins, so I sent them an extra hat. And she's like, "Oh my God, that was so kind of you, because my twins would fight over it."
Yeah. And part of what we've discovered is we already have interest from Well CA in Canada. We're in the finals for Target. We've got the Naval, Army, Air Force exchanges that are also interested in the product. We found really great growth in this last 4 or 5 months that we've worked together, having a lot of different stores that want to carry the product. I wondered if you could talk a little bit, Tim, about how you had some health problems that you had to go through as well, and this sort of led to sort of a new rendition of the Ouchie Cap. If you could talk a little bit about that.
Well, when I was working on this in the beginning, I actually had seizures, and I basically came out of the room. I was working on another business at the time and this business, and I kept on crunching numbers and margins and all that. It just got overwhelming. Nobody in my family understood this, so getting into this business was crazy a little bit, because you can't ask any questions. You got to learn it all. So I tried to learn everything I possibly could. I ended up having a grand mal, and like when you got that old toy where you spring it and everything builds up and then it, boop, 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 that's what happened. I was popping out margins left and right, and I actually had a grand mal. And then I had 2 smaller seizures after that when they kept changing my medications. So that's basically what happened there.
And that also makes you aware of how useful something for falls, because all of your health problems that you went through. I mean, this is something that relates directly back. The Ouchie Cap can help kids if they have, obviously not a grand mal seizure, but if they fall, hurt themselves. This is a really easy way for parents to grab this, throw in the ice or hot packs. I wondered if, Tim, you could actually show us the Ouchie Cap and show us how it's used, and if you could just do a little bit of a live demo for us while we're waiting for questions. Great question. It's good for earaches too. Yes, it is. That's a great thing as well. There you go. We've all got ours. Ready? Go.
It's over here, and here's the ice pack dog paw, and there's the Ouchie Cap, Toby, we put on the front. And you basically open the hat, flip it upside down, and then you put the gel pack in anywhere. And right now it's right in the front, and you can honestly put it anywhere in the hat. So you can see I can put my hand in the hat almost anywhere, even the crown, even the top of the head. Where kids
now these packs right here can also be used in the microwave too for heat, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And also these are, I believe, if you leave them out, they will biodegrade. Didn't you mention that?
Yeah, you want to keep them in the freezer or put them back in the plastic bag, because they're water soluble. They're very safe. We made sure they were double sealed and safe. So right now it's in the earache spot. It locks right by the ears.
Right.
So right there. And then you have the strap right here, which locks it on, and the kids never rip it off. It works great. So yeah, and it helps with fevers. A lot of people said fevers, like even if you go on like Amazon or our website, you'll see a lot of people say fevers. It's unbelievable for.
And a lot of times kids, when they hurt themselves, the initial reaction is to be scared. And I think this kind of provides a nice sort of security blanket for them, because they're getting treatment for what's happened, but also they're wearing something where, when I was a kid, I loved to pretend to be dogs, cats, whatever. And this is also something to, elevate that imagination as well while you're treating the illness or the earache or whatever it is, correct?
Yeah, we actually had testimonials with kids wearing them and running around as dogs.
Yeah.
And
we're,
So it's really cute.
go ahead, Lucas.
I said definitely adds a playful factor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're also working with an influencer. You want to talk about her a little bit?
Yeah, Lauren has made a lot of videos with us for head bumps, fevers, and earaches. She's in the process. And we made another awesome video that's a super mom video where she's in a super mom, and every mom can be a super mom. So our idea with the characters was to make it a fun, exciting event and comforting for children. So Toby would actually become friends with them and then help them with their pain. That's what the whole point of the coloring book was, which is going to be printable online. So you'll be able to actually get the whole coloring book online. We tried to make
the extension will be 5 characters, each with 2 gel packs, a coloring book, and stuffed animals, correct?
Yeah. Yep. We might do freckles. We're not sure yet. We're going to do testings to find out if it makes sense. So we're like my son said over here, we're starting to get smarter at this. We're going to get feedback prior to going to the market with things to make sure that that's what people want. And
not only that, as a young parent, as we've heard many times from your story, there's a panic that sets in. And one of the great things about this product is you put it on and it relieves you as well, because now the kid is not as scared anymore. They're having it's another normal day at the house, except for the ouchie cap is now being used, correct?
Yes, you can parents can decide to comfort their child, or they can decide to just put it on them properly and let them go back to play. Right. And then they just go back to play like nothing, and the ice pack's doing its work, or heat pack or fever, and kids love it. They love having fun. So we're in the process of probably making stuffed animals where it makes it more fun, but they'll also have the feature of an ice pack in it, and then maybe armbands in the future. So we're in the process of all that right now, making
That's
prototypes.
Great. I'd like to tell all the viewers at the Baby Brand Bash, if you have any questions for us, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll go ahead and let Robin roll the video one more time, and we'll come back and answer questions and wrap up.
Thank you.
My name's Billy. Oh, what's this on my head? Oh, this is called an ouchie cap. Yeah. See, my mom slaps this on my head anytime I have a bump or a bruise or a headache or even an earache. Yeah. You see, this thing has ice packs in it, and it makes all my boo-boos all gone. But don't just take my word for it. Check out this video.
Introducing Ouchie Cap, the wearable hands-free ice pack designed specifically for kids. Whether it's a bump, bruise, fever, earache, or another minor injury, Ouchie Cap has got you covered. Just turn the hat inside out, insert the gel pack through the opening, flip it right side up, and place it on your child. It's that simple. Ouchie Cap provides natural, soothing relief for your little one while allowing them to stay on the move. Check it out and make life a little easier for both you and your kids.
Ouchie Cap is amazing, right? But you haven't seen anything yet. Just wait till you hear from my friend Tim, the inventor of Ouchie Cap.
I was working on a printer, old-fashioned printer. I was cleaning the heads, and Lucas was right on the table with me. And he was just wobbling back and forth and things like that. And all of a sudden, he fell and hit his head. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. My wife was gonna kill me. So all of a sudden, the bump started getting bigger and bigger. So I went to the freezer and I got an ice pack. The first thing I thought about was peas. I thought of everything. And I grabbed an ice pack, put it on his head, and immediately he just kept pushing it away. And he didn't want it. And I was just like, oh my God. He kept crying and screaming. And I was just like, oh, I got to be able to know if he's okay. So I wasn't going to call my wife. I was very nervous about calling my wife. So I ended up calling the doctor. And he's just like, well, is he okay? And finally, I just like, oh my God, I'll be able to hear the doctor. So I grabbed a hat, an airliner hat I had there, and I put it over his head and put the gel pack in place right over the bump. I think it was in front of the head. And all of a sudden, he stopped crying immediately. And the doctor goes, "Oh my God, did he faint?" And I said, No. I said, "I did this." And he goes, "Oh my gosh, you should invent that. That's a great idea." So we did. So then we started thinking, wow, we got a character hat, a dog hat, and an ice pack dog paw. And we're thinking, wow, it's got to be multi-use. Everything has to be multi-use now. So we thought hot and cold. And we're like, okay, earaches. Earaches is perfect. And then fevers and toothaches. And we're like, wow, this product really can solve a lot of problems. But the whole idea is to really help parents. We're growing our team. We're expanding the product line. We're doing stuffed animals and armbands and different things like that. So I really feel that Ouchie Cap is something that really can make a difference in people's lives. And I think it's like a Band-Aid almost. Like you don't want to think of a Band-Aid, but you need a Band-Aid when you do cut yourself or something like that. But when your child hits their head and you don't have an Ouchie Cap, it's much more difficult to hold an ice pack on their head or an earache or a fever. And to have it in your house prior would really make a big difference.
Billy! Oh, Billy Bonk, not another ouchie. It's too cold.
Here, Mom, use my Ouchie Cap.
Sure. Oh, better. Thanks, Toby.
Great for boo-boos, earaches, and more. Get your Ouchie Cap today. Includes my hat and 2 reusable cold warm gel packs.
See? I told you. Ouchie Cap is incredible. My mom says it's the best thing ever invented. Yay!
So what are you waiting for? Make boo-boos all gone with Ouchie Cap.
All right, we are back, and look, we got Billy Bonk in
Yep,
the boat.
And Gabriel.
And the other little one, you want to introduce the other one?
Yep, that's my son Gabriel. And he is on the other Ouchie Cap right here on the new brand. That's him right there when we changed it over to Ouchie Cap.
That is amazing. I think one of the things I want to go back to, Tim, is just how much it takes to create a new product. And I know that once you had the original idea and the original name, you had a steamer that then had, a little bit of a problem. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I actually had products get damaged in shipment, and I had to buy a steam dryer. And so I basically did 50 hats at a time, and I repackaged 10,000 hats with every day. In the winter, I did this. Like I kept going in, steam dryer, get them, make sure they're unwrinkled, bring them back, and repackage the hats.
Right.
So that's what I did.
And then what happened with the steamer?
Well, after that, we actually had a house fire, and our house burnt down. The steamer went with it. We lost everything, but we got out. We got our house was blessed. We were blessed, so we actually got out safely. And
Right.
But that was a big transition in our life where we really, it was a learning experience to realize what really matters.
Right.
So,
And one of the things we also know is you have come up with these cartoons, these characters, the creativity that you've used for the Ouchie Cap is amazing. And you've worked with some amazing people to do that. How did you come up with all of these different characters and everything other than Toby, who we already heard about?
well, I actually started just reaching out, and I found David from Animotion. He formerly worked at Disney, and he helped us create the characters. So we have a lot of other videos that are out there. We're putting them together, so they'll be launching those soon. And then we're going to change over the coloring books to match Ouchie Cap. But every character was created by David, and we have like our cartoon strip where it's really cute, where the hippo is there, Lily the hippo, and she's going into the freezer, and on top of the hippo is Toby, and then on top of Toby is Cosmo, and on top of Cosmo's Tulips. They're all working together to get to the freezer to get the ice pack, so Toby can run the gel pack or the hat and the gel pack to the child. So
and also the little characters and the cartoon and how each character represents a different problem that a child might have.
Yes.
I also think is really ingenious way for kids to learn as well. So there's a whole learning aspect in it as well. Yeah, this is great.
Toby is the quarterback of the team.
Yep.
And he helps the child with his ice pack dog paw. And then Tulip is small and mighty. And a lot of children have to be, they're small. They can't get larger, but there's benefits to being small. And Lily's fluffy and she's full of love and she's amazing. And she basically, helps with her heart. And then Cosmo, he's honey and he's like everybody else. He's just into everything. So he's playing with the honey and he's playing in the tree and he's just having a good time.
Well, that's great. And also, for those of you watching, there is you can register and you can win both both of our Ouchie caps right now that come with the 2 gel packs. So if you want to register to win those, if there's any more questions that you have before we go, we would love to answer those. But if not, Tim, maybe you can tell them where they can get an Ouchie cap of their own.
Oh, yeah. They go to ouchiecap.com and you could link to Amazon. Eventually, soon we'll be on Walmart. I have to send product into Walmart. And then you can buy directly on Shopify if you'd like as well.
Excellent. Well, on behalf of Tim and all of the boys in the pond, I'm Darren, and we really want to thank everybody here for having us. We're really glad to be a part of Babypalooza. Both Robin and Cece, we really are grateful. And if you need any information on the Ouchie Cap, feel free to go to ouchiecap.com. Or if anybody would like to reach out to me, Darren at retailservice.partners, I'd be happy to connect you. And I guess we will see you on the next one. And we look forward to everybody having a chance to heal their children in a safe, non-drug-free way from Ouchie Cap. Okay. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thanks for everybody.